Don't you get tired of this shit? What the fuck you want from me? Nothing.
Like, in case you don't know, recording, might as well go ahead and let it be out. This is Bishop and Steel. We connected, you know what I'm saying? Back again with a vengeance. BKC, you know what I'm saying? Ever dying. You know what I'm saying? Long live TT. But mentioning classics, bro. Like, classics been on my mind a lot lately, bro. I feel like we've had this discussion in the past, and classics is a word, especially in hip hop, that gets tossed around so loosely, right? And I think there's a difference between classics, critically acclaimed classics, and cult classics, and just like your favorites. You know what I'm saying, I think people think their favorites are all classics. And I'm guilty of that as some regards, but I do stand on certain things being classics because of how to define the time and just hip hop and culture. Do you think it's possible to be listed top 50, whatever, however you want to do the whole ranking of greatness, and have less than two classics? Is there somebody you think that has less than two classics?
That's you great? Said less than two classics?
Yeah, it's just one classic.
You telling me to name a artist that has one classic?
Because like this for me, right? So I know this is a name that always gets brought up, especially in the Good and the Hood pod when I'm with Smoother, like Mace. Right? Person I bring up all the time. It's always brought up to me, and I feel like Mace. And I feel bad saying this also, but rest in peace to Big Pun and Big L. But I feel like they also have what's called classics. But I feel like they're also very. I want to say they're cult classics, kind of. They don't really. I wouldn't consider these like gravitating like these are stamped. Everyone must hear these classics. I love Capital Punishment. I love Lifestyles of Poor and Dangerous. Harlem World. I never felt Harlem World. So for me, I can't. I need for you to say it's a classic. I really need to hear how it's a classic.
Harlem World is a classic, bro. But I guess that's where we get into the ageism talk.
Exactly.
Where you would have to have been outside. That don't make it a cult classic.
You have to be outside. Like I feel like there's certain projects you have to be alive for to feel the impact of it. And I feel like if it's a classic, you don't have to be alive to feel the impact of it. That's what I kind of mean by that. Like, I
guess I understand what you said because I wasn't alive for Marvin Gaye. What's going on? But
I wasn't around for. I was alive, but I wasn't really. I was 2 years old.
Yeah, you got a good point, Juice.
When the Chronic dropped, I was 1 year old when Chronic dropped. But I know nothing but a G thing front to back. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
You see DJ Clark Kent say the Chronic wasn't a classic?
It's crazy. That's crazy to me.
Because like, of RBX, because of an RBX verse, which at the time I thought was dope, and I feel like Clark Kent, I get it. He's so stepped in hip hop, but you speaking with it from an East Coast perspective, your criteria of what a classic is.
Yeah, fact.
Like,
and also,
you can't say that when the world know the Chronic is a classic. General consensus says the Chronic is a classic.
About a month ago, I think on Joe Budden podcast, Ice brought up like how Doggy Style is better than the Chronic, and they went through the track list.
I agree.
And like when you hear the Chronic track list, you hear the songs. A lot of those songs are skippable in 2023. Fine. The impact of the Chronic, there is no Doggy Style about the Chronic. There's no Doggy Style about the Chronic. So with that, like that's just the end all be all. Like when I look at the Chronic, maybe it has a bunch of skips. It still has nothing but a G thing. It still has
the Chronic is still the Chronic, man.
You know what I'm saying? It still has some crazy records on there that are just timeless. Like the cover art of the Chronic is T-shirts, posters everywhere. Like I don't care.
Cover art of the Chronic is you don't think about weed without it.
You know what I'm saying? Like
that's just it.
It's stamped. Like it's a certain like Harlem World. I feel like it's classic in the sense of.
I guess you could say Harlem World is a. I don't know. No, Harlem World is a classic. It's not a cult classic. I was there for that. Like okay, I was there for that. Harlem World is a classic, man.
Okay, then how about Lifestyles of Poor and Dangerous? Is that a classic?
I think that's a. See, I think there's classic when it comes to hip hop. I think there's classics on different levels, like you said, cult. Okay. But I think there's like street classics. There's like you know what I'm saying, where this might not have been a classic in hip hop, but in the streets, this is a like for example, people don't think Adrenaline Rush by Twista is a classic. In the streets, when that came out that summer, you couldn't tell me like you see what I'm saying?
It's a fact.
You have the cult classic shit like Lord Tariq and Peter Guns, nobody really knows about the album, but everybody know that joint. That's a classic joint.
Yep, Black Moon.
When you breaking down classics, it's so many different levels of it, I guess. And I think that,
like, for me, like,
there's the general consensus undenying classics, and that's what I say. I don't think we've had. I can't even tell you that we've had one of those since Get Rich or Die Trying.
The last classic you think we had?
The last, like the one that you're explaining. The last.
There's been something. Man.
I would say that
Good Kid, Mad City.
I would say that. Hold on. I would say Get Rich or Die Trying. I personally think Good Kid, Mad City is a classic. I don't know if the rest of the world view it that way.
I think they would. Good Kid, Mad City was huge.
I say Get Rich or Die Trying, but
I think Kanye has a few.
Maybe
I'm pretty sure you got a few.
Maybe My Dark Twisted Fantasy, maybe.
Probably Dropout ain't a classic.
Yeah, it is, but that's the same year, right?
Yeah,
that's the same year.
Yeah.
So it's like I think that
I mean, Black Album the same year.
I'm saying classic
03
in
is a crazy year.
I think these albums are classics, but I'm talking about in the sense that what you're talking about,
like
how kids that weren't born when it came out and recognize it being a classic.
Yeah,
I don't think we have any of those outside of maybe Dropout and Get Rich or Die Trying. Because
as far as all the kids knowing the kids going back to it, because I feel you kids ain't really. I don't think
they might not go back to Twisted Fantasy or 808. And not everybody sound like 808 or Heartbreak, so they might not go back to that.
You don't think Drake has one?
No. As much as I love Drake, I don't think he has one of those yet.
I feel like Drake
has a bunch of. Bro. I think Drake has a bunch of those. I think Drake has a bunch of anthems like that.
I thought about it for like recently, right? I feel
Drake don't have a full body of work like that.
Though. I feel like, and that's how I feel about Luther Vandross, right? Luther Vandross has so many amazing. Like Luther Vandross is my favorite singer ever. Like Luther Vandross has amazing songs on top of amazing songs. Name me a Luther Vandross album you just going to though.
I did not see you coming out with Luther Vandross. I didn't see you coming that way.
Because I was thinking, because you mentioned Marvin Gaye earlier. You mentioned what's going on. How, like you weren't alive for that. I'm like, Joe. When I think about this, Luther Vandross has no classic albums, Joe. You hear about Stevie, Song to Kill Life. You hear about Mike, I'm saying Thriller and Bad and Print. Luther Vandross, Dance with My Father, the only album I can think of. And that album, boy, rest in peace, Luther Vandross. That album was wild.
Ah, man, look,
I took Big out with that.
You know what?
He went ready for that curveball.
I didn't see that coming. I'm out of. I think that's a little bit. I'm gonna ask my aunt or something.
No, but like I remember being a kid. My mom would she had Luther Vandross mixtape, like mixed CDs, and she wouldn't have like it wouldn't be like a full album Luther Vandross joints. They all you go through Luther Vandross.
Luther Vandross mixtape is crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
That's like, bro.
The greatest hits. She always has the greatest hits of Luther Vandross. Like she always she'll have them, or like a concert or some shit recorded.
I mean, I guess when you look at it in that sense, I've never heard think about a definitive Luther Vandross album.
I'm getting to a point, right, with Drake. Like I'm starting to think, bro.
Drake is new Luther Vandross?
No, I like that, but I feel like Drake is one of those like all timers, yo. I feel like I'm starting to finally just give into it. Like he might be like what Jay and Big and like what these niggas were. Drake is that, bro. Like he's there.
He is that. He is that for sure.
But I was fighting for a while. I was fighting for a long time.
Drake is new Luther Vandross is hilarious.
Yeah, Drake is Luther. I mean. It fits. It balls.
No, the way that fool song came around. Oh shit! I didn't see that coming.
Did you we weren't live for what's going on? Like, what's going on? Everyone knows.
Yeah, because we don't hear them talk about a definitive Luther Vandross album. No, we know he got joint. He'll joint you out the room, and we know he can sing his ass off. So I don't know.
What's the album? Like, what's the
I'm gonna call one of my aunts and ask them if Luther got a classic album. We're gonna revisit that.
And the reason why I thought about it, right, I listen to music a lot, especially Apple Music and Spotify, and I go listen to Luther Vandross. I gotta go through every single album to find the hit.
You just gotta put it on a playlist.
I gotta
put it on stuff and let Luther run.
The essentials, like
you can't just. Hey man, you might be right. I'm not gonna definitively say that because I'm not.
We too young for that.
I wasn't outside.
Exactly.
I wasn't outside, so
like, I can name Stevie albums, Marvin albums, Anita Baker albums, but Luther can't give you Luther Vandross. Dance with My Father, the only album I can think of off the top of my head. That's because I was alive.
I'm supposed to be bishop. You and your bishop shit today.
Calling Drake Luther.